LEGO has recently blessed us Batman fans with some bootable Batmobiles featured from the live-action portrayals of the character. Because of this, we now have an expanded, easier way of acquiring some of the live-action Batmen. In this video, I will be comparing each of the actors' figures to one another, and we'll go over who is missing from the bunch. Before we get into that, here's a quick look at the evolution of the Caped Crusader in comic book LEGO form, with iterations from 2006, 2012, and 2019. The 2006 Batman is one of my favourite all-time minifigures, mostly due to nostalgia at this point though. The cowl is excellent, mine even comes with some traditional teeth marks, how retro. Bruce's head is still a rather unique expression, and while the white strip gives him that cool white eyes look, this would be something that I would grow to loathe as I grew older. 2012, the Batman line was revived as part of a DC Superheroes line. This figure came with a classic blue variant as well. His costume looks more reminiscent of both the comic and movie counterparts, with details like a full circle chest insignia. Two face prints, one of which is a stern look that looks like the original, and a smiling face which best matches the tone of LEGO in my opinion. The 2019 one is the most latest version of Batman. He's featured in most of the current sets today. He now comes more in grey, with printing that matches his appearance to make him appear a bit more bulkier in my opinion. His cowl is the newer mold that exposes the chin area and has smaller ears, an addition that I quite like. His face print has goggles on it over the white stripe, which makes it feel a bit more natural to Bruce Wayne, but the printing is of extremely low quality here on this black head. This is an issue with LEGO's printing for the past few years now, unfortunately. I think it looks terrible. His other face is of a smiling head. These are currently all of the live-action Batman actors represented in LEGO form. In order of live-action appearance, we start with an Adam West, released in 2021, Michael Keaton, released in 2019, Christian Bale, released in 2021, Ben Affleck, released in 2016, and a Robert Pattinson, released in 2021 technically, but really 2022. We start with Adam West, who has had two figures made of him now. He comes with beautiful simplistic details and uses the cowl that I think was introduced with Ben Affleck, or it was introduced the year prior. I really love the blend of colours on this figure. He has a smile and a frown face, but the prints are really nice on this head. Michael Keaton's figure uses a very special new sculpt of a cape and cowl combo. This is a great way to represent the lack of head movement that costume had. He does unfortunately use the regular comic book Batman head, which doesn't represent Michael Keaton in the slightest, and it still uses the white stripe for the eyes. Shown here with the regular Batman cowl, you can see that it's basically the same figure. Christian Bale is one of the few actors to be represented by LEGO a few times now actually over the course of a good couple of years. He's had a few sets just randomly spread out. He uses the nice soft cape and tragically also uses the classic Batman head, which doesn't capture the likeness of Christian Bale either. Shocking. Ben Affleck's Batman featured the newly introduced cowl piece, which immediately makes him super recognizable from all of the others. He came with some nice boot printing and features a special face print of two angry expressions, which I think captures the look of Ben Affleck a lot actually. Makes him very unique. He would definitely be one of my favorite Batman figures. Robert Pattinson's Batman was the Batman figure I thought for sure would be my favorite, but he might be my least favorite of the bunch. It's all in the head. The body print is nice, but it's far too bright with grey colours for what we've seen in the movie's promotional material. The exact same thing happened to the original Christian Bale Batman figures. Pattinson uses the same face prints as the regular Batman, and he even uses the same cowl piece, making him indistinguishable from the regular comic figure. He includes an extra head with some actual unique expressions, lo and behold, and I truly believe that this is significantly better than what LEGO has given us. So who's missing? Well, we're currently two main Batmen short. Val Kilmer from Batman Forever in 1995 and George Clooney from Batman and Robin from 1997.
I'm Batman.
Their Batman portrayals are in the same timeline as the Keaton ones, and I do really hope that we see these iterations brought into sets soon, specifically Kilmer's Batmobile, because I still think it's one of the more unique designs that we've seen in film, and I think it would work really well for a LEGO set. These are some pretty classic Batman portrayals, positively or negatively. I just hope that LEGO finds something for them in the near future. As far as some secondary portrayals, where there's around 5 or so. Lewis Wilson first played Batman in the 1940s serial series of the same name. They were shorts that played weekly before feature films. In this series, Batman fights Gotham's most dangerous enemies yet, the Japanese.
Jack!
The series is super racist. It was made as a response to the Pearl Harbor attack. He looks like the original appearance of Batman, who was recently made into a minifigure with the DC CMF series, so I think this is one that I can do without. Robert Lowry played Batman in a sequel of sorts series in the late 40s, same as before, but this time it's a lot less racist. Again, he looks very similar to the CMF figure, but I think an all black and white Batman would actually, I think that'd look pretty cool. David Mazouz, I hope that's correct, played a young Bruce Wayne in the Gotham series, where he would be spending his young adolescent life getting into the mindset of Batman. The actual Batman portrayal was a stunt performer named Mikhail Mudrik. I don't see Gotham getting sets in the future, though. Sorry. Ian Glenn of Game of Thrones fame played an older Bruce in the Titans series. I'm not sure if he even wears the costume. I know absolutely nothing about these Batman portrayals in the CW shows, if I'm completely honest, and I do not see these ever coming to LEGO. Kevin Conroy is the last live-action actor to have played Batman. Conroy is also a fan favorite because he's voiced the character across multiple different works for decades now. Oh my god. He appears in the CW's Crisis on Infinite Earths special, and apparently people were mad because he's like super antagonistic or something, because as we all know, Kevin Conroy has never played an antagonistic Batman before.
If you're lying, I'll break the other one. The other one!
I actually think a full line of sets based on the animated series would do gangbusters for LEGO. Maybe with the new series that's coming this year or next year, I think we might have some cartoon representation with LEGO. I think that art style of the animated series is so nice that sets would look great if done correct. Alright, that's the Batman list. You can see that I feel quite passionate about this. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope that we get to see more of these actors in LEGO form in the future.